to the ABCs of Weight Loss. I'm Deanna. I'm going to be your host today for the ABCs of Weight Loss. I am so happy that you joined us today. Let me know. Do you think that intro was like way too long? It was just like going and going. But I wanted to give everybody a good chance in order to, join us today and get in the stream. I know sometimes we're like, oh gosh, it's 7 o'clock and I got to get there. So I just wanted to, let that play a little bit. Today we're going to be talking about words that start with the letter B. So while we're, putting in the intros and everything, go ahead and type your guesses in the chat box. What word or words that begin with the letter B do you think that we may or may not be talking about today? Just go ahead and type them into the chat box. And while you guys do that, I want to bring on our special guest for this week. My co-host for this week is going to be the lovely Cheryl of Cheryl's Place. So let's welcome Cheryl. Hello, Cheryl.
Hello, thank you, Deanna. I'm very excited.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited that you're here. So, and we're going to get into it. Oh my gosh, look at these people. They've done their homework. They've like breaking out with all the words already. Oh my gosh. Balance, begin, every single time, guys. Every single time with this one. She's like, come on, you're live streaming. Let's get on your lap. Oh, BMI. I'm not going to talk about BMI at all. Balance, begin, basics. Oh, look, a lot of people are talking, saying hello to Miss Cheryl.
Hi, everyone.
Saying hello. BMI. That's what I say about BMI. That's why I'm like, I'm not touching that word. I hate the BMI. Like, yuck. So words that begin with the letter B. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but there's something that is really exciting coming up. And it's fun and it's free and it's for everyone. If you saw my little intro that I did on Instagram, but it's the step blah 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 blah. It's the March step challenge. Tried to call it the September step challenge, but it's the March step challenge. And so Derek's journey, if you haven't checked out his channel, I recommend it. He has a channel here on YouTube, but he has a channel and he hosts a step challenge, like pretty much like every other month. And within the step challenge, he calls us the balance breakers. So that's my B word, balance breakers. Cheryl, do you have any idea why we're called the balance breakers?
I never really asked Derek that. I'm guessing because we're balancing all of us together in the community to break records and break goals. That's my guess.
Someday he's going to have to explain it to me because that is something. If anybody knows in the comments, let us know if you know the secret behind the balance breakers. But we're always called the balance breakers, and it's balance breakers unite and balance breakers go. And, we have these like teams. So I'm going to be a team captain in March for Team Shrinkable. Cheryl, you're going to be a team captain?
For the Walkaholics.
For the Walkaholics. So we're both going to be team captains. There's going to be other team captains out there. But oh my God, he's driving. Yay,
and Derek's listening.
He's driving a Moxie. So be careful while you're driving there, Derek. But so Derek is here or at least in the chat while he's driving. But the balance breakers. So I want to talk about the balance breakers because I know that a lot of us actually united kind of through the balance breakers. And that's kind of how we got to know each other is through the steps challenge. And I think it's part of, just this community that we have here. And I think it's important to celebrate that we have that. So balance breakers is my number one word for today for the letter B. Cheryl, I think that you have like a pretty high step record, don't you?
I've done 1 million 2 times. Over 1 million 2 different
in 1 month?
in 2 separate months. Yep.
Oh my, a million. So how did you, how? I'm like struggling. It's February. I'm
Well,
trying to get 370,000 steps and I'm struggling. Like it's a hard work.
that also, I think the one thing is I don't work outside of the home. So pretty much I would say, well, don't you think like 90+% of people who join Derek's Steps Challenge do work outside the home or have a full-time job? So that's why I think I'm able to I can dedicate more time to it than I think a lot of people who join can.
So do you have to like, do you set yourself like a daily goal in order to hit that? Like, or you just
Yes,
like hope
I
for the
divided it up. I
best?
think it's like 30 some thousand, 33.4 thousand. I think you need to get a day to reach the million for a 30 day plus month. Um, so, but yeah, but then, I'm also one of these people who I wish I did. I wish I slept great. I don't. So when the steps challenge is going, and if I'm going to go for a big goal, I'm getting steps in the middle of the night because I'm wide awake. So
Oh, wow. Wow. You don't sleep very well. I just want to.
no, I wish I did, but so yeah, I don't recommend getting steps in the middle of the night. It just happens to be if I was when I was doing the millions, I did that.
Wow. So do you food prep everything beforehand so that you don't have to do anything other than worry about getting your
Yeah,
steps in?
yeah, food prep. I make sure I decide what day I'm going to do laundry or whatever because it's easily to get everything to go on the wayside if I'm trying to get all those steps throughout the day.
That is just, so it's like your full-time job whenever the steps challenge is happening. It's
Yes.
like,
Well,
that's what I'm
you know what,
doing.
Dan? It took a lot out of me, so I don't know. It'll be a while before I do that again.
I can imagine
Um,
that it does take a lot out of you. I know that for me, whenever I first started doing the steps challenge, it was even hard for me to, I can't tell you, I think I've been doing the steps challenge for probably like 2 years
yeah,
now.
I think you have been. Yeah.
And I know that whenever I first started doing them, that 10,000 was a stretch. It was hard for me to get to 10,000 steps a day. And it was, kind of exhausting. And it was a lot of work and it was a huge commitment. But it really shows that, that we can break bad habits of, sitting around and, watching TV or, running back and forth to the pantry
Oh yeah.
or just wasting time. A lot of times, there's so many things that we can learn from participating. Um, that we can keep a commitment to ourselves is a huge thing that we can learn. What else do you think that we can learn from being
I
a part
think
of the steps challenge?
even those were really crazy goals for me to attempt, but just your everyday goal, like when you first started, and when I first started, I wasn't getting 10,000 steps a day for the first challenge. So it's like all of a sudden you're like, oh wow, let's say I got 5,000 that day. Oh, that's pretty good because I didn't get that the day
Mhm.
before, and then so you just keep building. So I think it's you feel like wow, I can do these things. Might be it's simple walking, but you're building up, and then it gives you confidence. That was the word I was looking for. More confidence to try other things. Okay, wow, I'm
Mhm.
getting over 10,000 steps a day. What else can I do that I don't think I know really much about? Or
Mhm. Exactly. It's like you take that something that's so, just as simple as walking that, and you just increase it a little bit more. And then you just build on, like you said, your self esteem, your confidence. And then you think to yourself, what else can I do? Because I was able to achieve this and I was able to do that. And I think that's a huge thing for people that are just, you know, starting out or even, if you've been doing it for a while to really just push yourself a little bit more to look back at your records from last time. If you have that email that you sent to your team captain or that you sent to Derek and say, well, maybe I can push myself a little bit further this month, and that's going to help you, in the long term with, just other things. So I think what you're saying is
oh,
is
oh yeah,
amazing.
I agree.
I love everybody saying hello. I'm so glad that Charla, did I say that right? I hope I said that right. Um, Charla Reed, Body and Soul Transformations. She's somebody new that I just started following, probably like within the last month or 2 months. Time flies by. I have no perception of time whatsoever. Um, but I just recently started following her. She's so great, and I'm glad that she's, participating in the community and joining it. And I'm just so excited to have her here, as well as Alita, hello, and Derek and your pal Misty, and anybody else that I might have missed. I'm so happy that you all are here. That's why we are called the balance breakers, to break your everyday balance and to keep pushing when things get tough and to keep fighting that inner demon. So I know that we're supposed to talk just mainly about words that start with the letter B, but I really wanted to concentrate because of the challenge that's coming up. I really wanted to concentrate a good amount of time talking about the balance breakers and what he says here, fighting that inner demon. So it comes up all the time in different ways, and specifically, talking about steps. Has there been a time where your brain, your inner demon told you, we don't need to get steps today, we don't need to do that today?
Oh yes, it does. It has. The only time I truly did not do like what I had planned for that day was if it was arthritis related and I just
Mm,
really couldn't move. Those are the only times I would allow myself not to move forward.
really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's really impressive because I let all kinds of stupid excuses get in
Well,
my
don't get
way.
me wrong, Dan. I have in the past, but once I join these challenges, I want to do the best I can because I said I'm going to do it. I guess that's kind of the thing. I said I'm going to do it, so I'm going to try to do it.
Do you think it's because you have other people relying on you and it's not just you relying on yourself? Is it because you're part of a team?
Yeah, totally. I yes, yeah, I think so. It helps push me forward and feel hey, I got other people that are doing this with me, or I don't want to let somebody else down. That I committed some time to. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people that, really have like a why whenever it's really tied to their family and stuff like that with regards to their weight loss and stuff, that's a really good, close, thing to have, is because it really helps to motivate you whenever it's somebody else that's kind of like counting on you and you're working towards, making your life better to help their life be better, et cetera, et cetera. I think it makes it a little bit different. So like that whole team aspect can really be huge,
Mhm.
huge, huge, huge. Um, has there been, so you've been a captain like so many times.
Um, January over a year ago. So the first time was January 2022 is the first time Derek had asked if I'd be a captain. And luckily and excitingly enough, I have been one ever since. It's been
Ever
super fun.
since. So I've been kind of like off and on, which is kind of nice because it gives me
Yeah.
a break. Sometimes I like to be just like part of a team. It's kind of fun.
Mhm.
It also is fun to see, just like what other team captains do as far as, being a team captain. So I've had captains who are really quiet and they just are like, send me your steps. FYI, send me your steps. And then I've had other captains that are just like, really, really, they like type out long paragraphs and they give you long stories. And it's like, it's so interesting to see, the different captains. And I love the random selection because then I just get to see, these different things and meet these different people and also the different participants. I get to meet all these different people. So that's one of the joys of being on the steps challenge, is just the different people that you meet and the different attitudes and everything. It's like, and some people, they're like a day late with their stuff. You're like, oh, so sorry, every single time. And it's like, so, and then there's people that are just like so excited. It's like 12:01. And I'm like, did you wait up to send in your steps? Because I'm still getting my steps. Like, okay, 5 more steps.
Well, that's very true because we're all in different time zones. So the end of the day is somewhat different than somebody else's end of the day. So for me, I just say send it however you want. I will check everything. Was it the stride kick? Is that what that's called that we started
Stride Kick
recently?
app, yes.
Yeah, the app. So some people will join on that, but then it's just, email, text, Instagram, however I get it. I even get it Facebook
However,
Messenger. You know, I'm like, hey, whatever's easy for you, cool with me, because I want you to keep signing up. So if I put an obstacle like you don't like email, why would I say, hey, you can only send it to me email?
mm-hmm. I'm trying to read these comments while I listen to you talk
You
at the
got a
same
lot
time. It's
going on. You
hard.
got a lot.
Oh, look at that. Big kudos to Miss You. Hello,
Oh,
Cheryl. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining. We're talking about words that start with the letter B today. And we're starting with the balance breakers because the big March Steps Challenge is like right around the corner. It's so funny because every single time it's like, I love that we do them like every other month. That is my favorite part about it because it's like, break. And then it's like, oh, yay, the Steps Challenge. But if they were every single month, I don't know, it would be as exciting. Like, well, I challenged myself for this year that every single month I'm going to get 370,000 steps. And I'm not getting that break. And it's just like, oh my gosh, I have to get 370,000 steps again this month, every single month. And it's like, I think I'm just really stressing out because February is a short month. As soon as we'll get to March, it's going to be easier because I know like last year, my team challenged me to get like 420,000 steps. And I was like, that's so many steps, but they challenged me. I said, okay, I'm going to do it. And, I did it. So, and again, that whole self confidence, that commitment, that having other people push you and support you is
well,
just,
and plus you just did a thing at your work, also a steps type challenge. Didn't you do
yep.
that in January also? So it's not only maybe at your work or friends you do it, but it just spins off where it gets incorporated in other parts of our lives, just besides doing it with Derek and everyone who signs up through Derek.
That's such a huge benefit. So my work has this huge program, and then you get points for doing all this stuff, and then you get discounts off of your insurance benefits. But having my Fitbit hooked up to that, I really don't have to do much of anything at all because my steps are where they're at, and because I'm always challenging myself with that I don't have to do a lot of the extra work that other people have to do in order to get their points because mine are just taken care
Yeah,
of by my steps because they're just like, oh, you're
that's
healthy, you're getting
awesome.
all those steps. I'm like,
Yeah,
it's
but I mean
funny.
it's good for you too. It's another incentive, and I think that's great when companies have that for their
It
employees.
is. It really is. It is so helpful. So, anything else that you guys really, really like about the Steps Challenge? Just that, just makes you feel good or that you really like or anything? Let me know in the chat if there's anything that you really like about the Steps Challenge because I'm a big fan. At first, I was like, not a big fan. And challenges have never been my thing. And I guess that's what it is that it changed my mind about challenges. It was like, okay, well, I can step. And so then I was able to like think differently about other challenges and sign up for other challenges because going back to what Cheryl said, it increased my self-confidence. It increased, my abilities. And it was like, and it's just a challenge. If you don't do it, it's not the end of the world, but at least you challenged yourself to try to,
Mhm.
get out there and do something.
Well, I never
This is
joined
what we do for the
challenges.
community.
The very first
It
challenge I did
motivates
too
me in the
was Derek.
community.
Yeah, the community is awesome. We
Woohoo.
love each other.
It is so just so so excellent. So I hope I don't catch you off guard. I'm gonna switch words now.
Okay.
And nobody guessed this word. Nobody, I don't think they guessed it. I'm gonna have to scroll back through this whole bill thing here. I think if they would have, I would have like flagged it to remember to say it. But nobody said it. But it's your word. It's your
Oh,
word of the year. What's
bloom,
that? Do you remember?
bloom.
Bloom. You should have known I was going to bring it up.
Well, because you did say we're going to talk about balance breakers. I thought, well, maybe we talk about bloom too. That starts with a B.
I muted myself because my dog's barking. Then I forgot to um, whatever. Bloom. So, bloom. To mature into achievement of one's potential. So, how are we doing at blooming? I feel
I'm actually doing really good. I'm going to keep advancing, through, but the core things I set were real simple because if I don't set simple, it gets overwhelming and I will quit. So, what were my things right away? Okay, work on what diet works the best for me. I'm going to exercise every day, no matter what it looks like. And I'm going to um, do all the things that help my mental health every day. So those were like the seeds I planted. So then it's just going to keep expanding. Well, maybe what I did for the first quarter of 2023, I may have got to where I need to add more to that. Okay. What did I do for my exercise for today? Did I do my physical therapy, my stretches? And now, I'm feeling good. So I'm doing over a half hour exercising. Well, maybe I should do 45 minutes to an hour so that's where I'm going to expand on all the seeds that I have set up for myself.
that's exciting. It's like it's spring here. Well, the ground thinks it's spring, I guess. The daffodils are
Yeah.
starting to come up, and you see the little
Oh,
the little
I love it.
sprouts, and there's no flowers yet, but you see the little, it poking out, and it's just I can see that in you a little bit.
Oh,
I see the sprouts of a different Cheryl, kind of in a way. Whenever I see you talk, whenever I see you, you're kind of like glowing a little bit.
oh, thank
So
you.
I see you blooming. I don't know if you see that in yourself or not, but it is something that I see. And I think that other people see that too. So, the work that you're doing, it's there.
You're gonna make me cry right now. That's just so kind. Thank you.
Yeah, it really is true. Like you've done so many things that, just to see the growth that you've made is really impressive. And,
Well, thank you very
sometimes
much.
the work can't be seen all the time by, for some people, it's like, look at my great results and I've lost 30 pounds in 2 months and I've done this and, I've done that. But for other people, the change is more subtle and it's
Yeah.
smaller and it's harder to see. But we do recognize it. And I think it's not always that huge celebration of these numbers, but there's a lot of other celebrations that, like last week, we were talking about non-scale victories. And so I think it's something that I see in other people, and I just want to encourage and cheer on. I mean, I know that I have to be a cheerleader for myself a lot of the ways in that way because I lose weight so slowly. It's happening. It's just really, really slow because I'm having to do so much change mentally.
Yeah.
And so it's a bigger, I think it's just a lot of
So
work.
you got your seeds way more spread out right now. You're spreading more seeds out to get to your bloom, and you will get there because that's where
Exactly.
I'm at. Is it's not. I mean, yeah, maybe you'll see the numbers when I do my updates, but there's more than just the number of losing weight right now for me. It's my mental health, being strong. I have so many things and goals that I want to do, and then there's also, if I'm not strong, I'm not going to be there to be able to help Rick. And right now, I'm not where I need to be for
Hmm.
any of the levels. I mean, yes, I take care of him. I do other things that need to be done, but it's a fact that, further down the line, I need to be able to physically do things, be mentally prepared, and plus enjoy life to the fullest. And I think when we talked about it Monday night with the Fit Squad, I'm a no person because I worry about is my back going to hurt? Just whatever, a number of things. And I've always said, no, no, no. I've missed out on so many things. So it's like, that's why I need to say yes. But then I'm also like you, Deanna, I say yes because I was raised, girls are polite and say yes and do what you're told. So I have that. I have this going on. Like, I need to say no. I need to say yes. When do I say no? When do I say, those are things
And
I'm working on.
that's a lot of inner conflict. That's hard. That's a lot. Thank you, Misty, for sharing out Cheryl's channel. That was very kind
Oh,
of you.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Ooh. It is a very, very excellent name, very excellent word, and she just eloquently talks about it so well and why she chose it and how to make it like measurable and just everything. She thought about it. She didn't just like willy nilly pick a word. It was
I did.
there's a
I
lot.
thought about it for a while.
It's hard and different for everybody. Yes, blossoming. Some plants bloom quickly and some wait for their perfect timing. Oh, now she's gonna make me cry.
Now Misty's going to make us cry.
Oh, it's not a day if Deanna doesn't cry.
Well, we're crying sisters together.
So I just absolutely love that word. I love that word of the year. I just think it's absolutely excellent.
Well, thank you.
And so, we didn't talk about that word. Anybody? How's everybody's blooming going? Are you guys all blooming out there in the chat? You having a fun time? Are you enjoying watching the spring come up? Because I just absolutely love my walks and I love seeing the flowers come. I'm like, yes, spring is right around the corner.
Oh, Deanna, you got to send some pictures. We're in for 12 inches of snow tonight, so
No,
I don't
you're
have any
not.
blooming going on outside.
Oh my, we have not had a good snow this year. I think we had like 1 inch, maybe
Ooh,
2 inches.
lovely.
Like not anything at all. We had tornadoes today. I don't know that they did anything. There's just like a tornado warning.
Okay.
But no, we have not had much of anything. It was kind of disappointing. But we're in the doldrums of winter and just the whole, like, I know a lot of people get seasonal affective disorder, and we're just really ready for the springtime. So any like sign of that, and also like the false spring, whenever you just get that one random weird day that's like, oh my god, it's nice weather, and like everybody goes outside and you can't get anywhere because everybody's
Yeah,
decided to go
everybody's up. Yeah.
everywhere. So you're stuck in traffic, but you're all like just happy and giddy, like, but the sun is shining and the weather's nice
And you got the windows down and all that beautiful fresh air. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I love it.
that is the best. I love that day. It's like, I just feel like, like they have snow days, or they used to have snow days once upon a time. You should get, a hooky day for the whenever the weather's like perfect
I'm
and
aboard.
nice.
I'm aboard with you.
Like,
Let's go.
no, it's too nice. Can't go. No.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Happy to wear shorts today. Felt like summer weather today. Oh, it's always summer. It's always summer. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the next word after bloom that I want to talk about, and I'm kind of springing this at the last minute, is bravery. And help us out in the chat, guys. Help us out here. How does bravery have anything at all to do with weight loss? Since this is the ABCs of weight loss, the word bravery came up, and I was like, you do have to be brave in order to lose weight. And I think that this word can translate into a whole slew of different ways. For me, bravery, if you guys saw on my vision board, is in the ability to speak up, to speak for my needs and to speak for my wants. It's not something that's very easy for me to do. It's something that I have to challenge myself with all the time. And I tend to not. I tend to just close off and shut down. and not do that. So I have to be brave in order to speak up. So that's for me. I'm learning to be more brave. I'm embracing the brave person that's within me. I often sometimes do my meditation, and I don't you laugh at me or do whatever. I don't really care, but I do picture myself as a superhero, and I do my little superwoman pose. And I think about how brave I am and how I can do this and I've got this. And you know what? A lot of superheroes, they face a lot of adversity, but they still get out there and they, kick some butt. So I can too.
Mhm.
So bravery. Um, Never giving up is accomplished by bravery. Have to be brave enough to take the next step on what needs to be done. And that can be very, very scary. Changes, like some change is pretty easy. Whenever there's like basic change, and then there's like, okay, I'm at that next level where it's going to get hard and it's like scary and stuff. So, yes, not being scared to step outside your comfort zone and being brave. I was definitely brave when I talked about, yes, that was very, very brave. I know the Superwoman pose is proven to work wonders. Wonder Woman, yes. Have you checked how many? Let me know. Has anybody else done the Superwoman pose? Or is it just me?
I guess I'm too afraid to do the pose. I think about it in my head. I've never done it.
Nobody's watching whenever you close the bathroom door. You
I
can just
guess,
do it right there.
well, yeah. Yeah, that's true. But when you don't like what you always see in the mirror, it's kind of, I don't know, it's hard to
Don't look in
do
the
that. But
mirror.
then that's being brave. I have to be brave and do it. So, you know what I'm going to do tonight? I'm going to do it tonight before I go to bed. I'm going to do it.
Misty uses that as a training technique for her team. Misty does it all the time. So everybody be
That's
like
awesome.
Misty.
I wrote it down.
I love the Superwoman pose. It makes me just feel like a certain kind of way. And I thought it was like kind of silly whenever I first heard about it, but it works. And maybe Misty will talk about it since she trains her team on it, because I don't know all the details behind it. I just know that I saw it somewhere, I ripped it off, I started doing it, and it worked.
Does
That's
it
all
give
I
you
know.
like
That's my
that moment
knowledge.
of when you do it, Deanna? Does it give you like that moment of I'm invincible? I can take on a day, or I'm going to take whatever. Is that kind of the feeling you get at that
Yeah.
moment when you do it?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's
It's just a
awesome.
moment of, I got this. I can do it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, I wrote it down. I'm doing that tonight.
I have not, but I'm pretty sure everyone in the chat will know I will do it. Sounds empowering.
Mm-hmm.
It's a stance of power, and you take up your space as a leader. Okay, so we should all just turn off our cameras, like Cheryl and I'll just turn off our cameras, and we'll just stand here for a minute, and everybody stand with us. Well, I'll just do it sitting.
Okay, I'll do it sitting.
Is there music playing in your head? There's music playing in my head. Because the song won't go away out of my head. That song, Invincible, Unstoppable. I don't know. I've
Oh
seen like
yeah.
100 Instagram reels with it. So that just plays in my head as I stand there and think about it. So anyway, feels good. I like that. I like to think about being brave and being superwoman, in that I can take care of myself and I can take care of others, and I can, achieve everything that I want to achieve. But on the other hand, You can fake yourself into feeling stronger. And I keep forgetting to click on these things. Into feeling stronger and more confident by standing in the pose. There's no late. If you joined us, you're here and we love you and we appreciate you. Thank you. Even the people who are watching us on the replay, thank you. You're not late. You joined in. So on the other side of bravery is, okay, so I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I'm a Gemini. So I'm kind of like always got two things going on at one time or, at least I've convinced myself of that. So my other side of my bravery is I'm also, this is it's a funny word. We use it. So I work in the insurance industry. So I work in property, casualty, liability. And part of that is cyber liability. And we use this a lot, this bad actors. So people who want to steal your money and hack into your system. We call them bad actors. And I was thinking about it the other day and I was like, I'm really kind of like a bad actor to myself. And then whenever I was like looking it up online, I liked the kind of the definition of it. So an unruly, turbulent, or contentious individual, a troublemaker. Nick's horse was a notorious bad actor, a kicker. I just think that there's a part of me that is this troublemaker that just always wants to like derail me, throw me off, whatever path that it is that I want to be on. I can be doing so good in my steps. I'm doing like amazing with my steps. And then all of a sudden I get this the troublemaker in my head that's like, oh, you're good. You don't need to worry about it. You can do it tomorrow. This bad actor that's in my head constantly always there. So I just thought that it was a word that I wanted to bring up because I'm sure that, I know after talking with a lot of my friends that we all, raise your hand, put a smiley face in the chat or whatever it is, if you are also a bad actor. So I get nervous and I play with my fidget spinner. So just to let you guys know, see it. My biggest bully, my biggest hurdle. It's so frustrating. You're bad actor. Hi, Jess. Welcome. But would you have guessed that I'm a Gemini if you didn't know my birthday was in June? But yes, I'm very classically Gemini. Very, very, very much. If you believe in those kind of things. But yeah, it's that bad actor, and it pops up in all different kinds of ways. And I don't know, really the thing, but I keep, just trying to just say, like, shut up, go away. Like, what are you doing here? Nobody invited you. And that's been working. Like the nobody has invited you here has been working a lot lately. I feel like I have to change up what I do all the time because one solution, one point in time is not always the solution later in time. So that's been working out very well. Very classically Gemini. Geminis love and hate me. And you're green, aren't you, Cheryl?
I'm Aquarius. Oh, I'm agreeing to everything you're saying. Yeah, but I'm Aquarius. No, but I'm really liking that. No, you're not going to do that. Or no, you're not going to. I like what you're saying. I'm thinking, oh yeah, change up the verbiage. Yeah, I'm not going to think that way anymore. Or you're not going to come at my thoughts that way anymore. I'm not going to allow it. I'm agreeing 1,000,000% loving it. See what I tell you the other day? I get lost in listening. Oh, I'm actually on a live. I need to pay attention.
I love that. See, this is why I wanted to have guests on so I could laugh because it's so much harder whenever you're just laughing when you're talking and you don't have a guest on and you're just laughing to yourself. It's just not the same. So
no, I'm really
you
glad you're doing the lives. I mean, it was fun last year when it was more set up like what was a premiere, or you did the live and we got to talk in the chat. But I think it's great that you're having people on, and I think you'll love it. I think you'll have a great year doing it.
I just want to celebrate everyone. And I think that everyone has something to teach. I think that everyone has an important story to tell and an important perspective and something to share. So I really just wanted to just invite everybody. If you want to be on the show, please let
I
me
love
know.
it.
We'll get you on. But
No,
yeah,
I think it's
it's
great,
just
and I think you're just gonna really love it as the year goes on. I think you're really gonna love it.
good. I hope you guys do. And I hope I don't know, but yes, I
Well,
love
no,
it.
when
I
you
think,
first told us, I was excited. Wow, it's gonna be live. You're gonna have people on. I mean, and that's a huge commitment too, because just doing your ABCs throughout the year is one thing where you came on, but now to have a guest, I mean, that's just a whole, another thing, another big commitment that you're doing for yourself. But look at how much knowledge and fun and the whole umbrella, what you're gonna bring each week. So that'll be nice.
and I've had to be brave because I've like reached out to some like people that I don't know if they'll show up or not or come or not. We're working on it, fingers crossed, but I've reached out to, just some people that, I just feel like are a little bit out of my league, a little bit unreachable, but I'm trying to not, you know, think that way about myself. So I was a little bit brave and, at least, reached out to give it a try. We'll see what happens, but you never know. But it's
Oh,
worth a
I
try.
bet they'll respond to you. I bet they'll respond, and it's just going to grow. You'll probably be just amazed who all you get on your, series here. It's going to be fabulous.
We'll see. I don't know. So Alita had a couple of B words that I wanted to get back to because they were great. One was breakthrough. So this is one of my words of the year is breakthrough. So I really want to just, break through that 200 pound. It's like, my kryptonite, it feels like right now. And I don't like to even acknowledge it or think about it or say it in those words because I think those words, that belief, another B word, can be kind of limiting. It could restrictive, whatever. But I'm really looking for a breakthrough to get through that to the 200. Also, I'm looking for a breakthrough in just my, ability to speak up, which is the huge thing that I'm working on this year. Is like that's I think that's going to be like once I get to a good place and I'm feeling comfortable at it and I get enough practice with it and it's something that I can like really do on a regular. I think that's really going to change a lot for me. But it's getting to that point and just doing that practice and being brave and everything. What kind of breakthroughs are you guys looking to have this year?
Well, I just wanted to add to, I believe you're going to do it, and the reason is because you're talking about it, you're thinking about it, you're putting action in place. So I believe that you're going to get through your breakthroughs this year, because if you truly didn't want to do these things, you wouldn't talk about them. You wouldn't spend time thinking about them. And I believe that before your year's over, these things you will feel comfortable speaking your mind, or whatever it is that's blocking you for that. I truly believe that that will happen because you're talking about, you're
Aw.
thinking about it, you're making plans for it. So, and I totally could see that happening for you.
Also known as the Bring Your Tissue Show.
We'll be the cry ladies. I got toilet paper because I didn't have no clean. I believe in you, and I think that's true for all of us in the community. Is once we start talking about it, once we start thinking about it, and Deanna, you say, "Hey, Cheryl, you're going to be able to do this," and I think, well, I'm thinking about it, but I'm going to do it because I've been thinking about it. I'm making plans for it, and it might not be in a week, it might not be in a month, but it's something that's going to happen. And the more you do it, the more stronger and confident and brave you're going to feel. And I think that's what we all, as our community together, do for each other.
Mm-hmm.
Help us get to where we really want to be.
Alita says mental. Like, yeah, there's so many mental breakthroughs that I think are important for some of us. Like as we go
Oh, yeah.
go along. Everybody's, journey is a little bit different. I think some people's is a little bit more mental than others, but it's huge whenever you get that mental breakthrough. Um, it's amazing. And
It
I've
is.
seen it happen for other people. And I've had some breakthroughs in different ways, like with my snacking that, happens far less than it ever used to happen. There's like, normally now I'm just like a regular meal person. I don't really need snacks as much. I don't go for snacks very much. And that was a huge breakthrough for me, was that. So there's so many little ways that we can have these breakthroughs. The breakthrough that I had not last year, but the year before with just the strength training portion of my exercise, that was a huge breakthrough for me. It was like something that was like a no. It was a hard no. And then it became a yes. And that was a huge breakthrough. Like, so it's all these like small little progressions of things that's just crazy. For some
But we
people,
don't.
it might even be, that adhering to a certain type of diet is like a no, but then you just challenge yourself for something and you break through and you're like, hey, this is actually like good and I like it and it's fun. Like, I call breakthrough, she calls it hop rope. She can do it better. It's like some people skip rope, some people jump rope. But I love that. I love that. It's a breakthrough. It's a
Mhm,
breakthrough.
mhm.
So, another word Miss Alita brought up, which is also an excellent word, not to say that anybody else's words are not excellent. I just probably missed them somehow, but was the word breathe. What do you want to say about breathe, Cheryl? You're nodding your head pretty big there.
Well, if we hold our breath when for anything, let's just say, I'll just say, for example, of you, Deanna, you invited me to go on a hike. Now, I may just stop breathing because this is what I'm going to do. Where are we going to be at? How long is it going to be? What do I need to bring? What's the weather? It's like, breathe. You're going to, it's not, she just invited you. You can ask her all the questions you want, I'm sure, and you're going to get all your answers. But breathe, because once you do it, you're going to have fun. Just take that breath, relax. Don't let that flood of whatever's, happening at that moment take over. Stop it. Just take that breath and say, oh, okay, Deanna, what day are you thinking? Okay, blah, 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 blah. Are we going to be gone a long? Should I pack lunch? Or, whatever. But those are the things. You just breathe, take that moment, get out of your mind for a moment, and just readjust and get back to, what's focusing
Mm-hmm.
at the.
Ah, yes. I bet there's all kinds of people that feel that exact same way about that. It's just like, okay, calm down. Is that I get that flustered like when there's a change of plans. If it's just like, once I have my plan set out and then you want to change my plan, I'm like, I get all of that exact same thing that
Mhm.
you just went through in my head. It's just, and then it upsets me. And then I just kind of like, I shut
Oh, yeah.
down.
Attitude changes, you get crabby, or maybe you cry, or it's like, no, just take that breath. It's not meant to be anything against you or whatever, but that's not how our brains perceive it. Our brains are like, what I do wrong, or why is this changing, or yes.
Oh, if I can just break through, where'd it go? Here we go. If I can just break through the extreme highs and the extreme lows, that's really like what I'm really, really wanting is to break through that. And I'm trying to um, balance my mood so that I don't have those extreme highs and those extreme lows because I'm right there with you because I get those extreme highs and those extreme lows. And it's like you go all out or you like do nothing type thing whenever you're feeling those ways. And I just want to just be, at a steady state all the time. So I'm really trying to balance, my stress and my balance of work and extracurricular and everything so that everything is just like right there. But I need to break through with that too. I'm trying, so hard to work on that. Is back pain a B word? Are you having back pain? I'm so sorry you're having back pain. Back pain is terrible.
It
Hate
is. I
that.
hope you feel better.
Me too. That is. Did you work out too hard, Jess? What did you do? I hope it's just not something that's going to be with you for a long time. Ah, another B word. Oh my God. Believe. I love believe. Does anybody have a hard time with the believe word? Is any because I believe I believe in you. I believe in everyone. I believe that as long as you don't give up, you won't fail. And I tell you guys that, especially in relation to how I think about myself. But I know that it's true. If you don't give up, you're not going to fail. As long as you keep working at it, at least as long as you keep trying, you know, everybody does not read the book at the same pace. We're all on our
Yep.
own paths. We're all going to do our own thing at the time that it takes us to do it. Just believe that you're going to get there. Just keep on pushing forward. That's the only thing that we can do is just, you got to believe. Ugh. My biggest problem is I get overwhelmed and then just shut down. I need to break through that. I said, I completely relate it. Oh my gosh, I've had it for 4 years, but only recently realized it's hindering my workouts.
Oh no.
Wow. I had no idea. I hope that there's some relief for you.
Mm-hmm.
That is terrible. So yeah, wow, I love that. Just shut down. Need to break through that. See, we're all just a work in progress, and I know that there are solutions out there. I'm not coming on here trying to say like I've got all the solutions. I just want to provide a space where we can talk about our solutions and then maybe that we can help each other. Maybe we've got some good advice. Maybe there's something that somebody says one day, one time that can really help you and give you the breakthrough that you need, give you the relief, give you an idea, give you some way to pause and know that you've got this too. So that's all we're trying to do here. So I want to thank you all for coming and joining us and for sharing and for being vulnerable. I want to share, thank Cheryl so much for joining in and being live on the screen. It's just it takes the first time that I was ever on a live stream. I was so scared. I was so nervous. And there was another time that I was scheduled to be on one that I canceled because I was too afraid and I was too scared. So I applaud her bravery in coming on today and talking and sharing with us. And I applaud all of you for, sharing with us as well, because it's not always easy thing to do, but it is helpful. I think that, doing these things and talking about it, it keeps us focused on what our goals are, whether they're food related, fitness related, mental health related, however they may be. It's helpful to us. It's helpful to know that there's others, in this nice community that are out there that are, cheering us on. Most of these people that are here today, they all have channels. Don't be afraid to check them out, because 90% of them have channels, and I'm sure they would love to have you there, and they would love to follow you as well. So anyway, unless anybody has another B word, I'm going to leave it at that. Don't forget to like the stream. Come back and comment what was your favorite word of the day, because it helps out the stream if there's comments on it so other people can see it. So I don't have a good ending for today. Do you have a good ending, Cheryl?
I believe in you and you're amazing.
There we go. That's it. That's all we have for today. I'll see you guys next week. We're going to talk about the letter C. I'm not going to tell you who the guest is going to be. You're going to have to join us. As always, it's going to be an adventure. Bye. I gotta hit the other button.